Season 5, things are happening so rapidly.
He's seeing behaviors from Jesus that he's never seen before. It was heavy, but it was just a beautiful moment.
By the end of that day, I think I had dehydrated myself to such a degree.
What's happening in Season 5, Holy Week, there's too much happening for us to be like.
Season 5, things are happening so rapidly and so unexpectedly that I don't think anyone has a moment to breathe, let alone reconnect or, explore human dynamic, connections. And so I think this season, everything's just a little different and a little more focused on what's about to happen.
Yeah, I think this season everyone's kind of also checking in with themselves on what is happening. For Matthew, he is observing and trying to make sense of things happening. He's seeing behaviors from Jesus that he's never seen before, so he's trying to understand. But then he's also like, let me write this down. And so he's paying extreme attention to detail and making sure he doesn't blink or miss anything. But what's great about our chemistry as friends on the show and friends off the show is that we still have that understanding. So you see moments and things like that, but I think what's happening in Season 5, Holy Week, there's too much happening for us too to be like, hey, how are you in your feels today? Because we're watching things that are like, so there's a lot of bigger tasks at hand.
Yeah, so this season is around the Last Supper, and Jesus kind of has two different Last Suppers, one with the guys and one with the girls. And I know Dallas, and I've talked with him and Jonathan, and that was a very special moment with the women. I'd like to talk with you a little bit about that and what was that like for you, and then we'll talk about the guys.
It was wonderful. I was so excited when I read it in the script that these women all get to share with Jesus how much he's changed their lives and helped them, and they get to sort of take care of him for a moment in the ways that he's taking care of them for so long. And it's a very tender scene, and it's very unique, I think, to our show. Mm-hmm. But also, we filmed it, over the course of a day. By the end of that day, I think I had dehydrated myself to such a degree. Just, this table full of girls crying. But it was so special, and all of those actresses are so phenomenal. But yeah, it was kind of a tough thing to film.
Yeah. So just how do you portray some of the complex emotional parts of that? Because obviously we know through the scriptures that even though in that scene Jesus kind of sends them away, but they're still there at the end. So obviously next season they'll be there. But what do you pull from on your own life to be able to portray that?
I think it's some combination of things. It's being in character and really looking at Jonathan as Jesus. So there's that layer, but then there's also Liz looking at Jonathan as an actor and friend, and knowing what he's going through as an actor and the pressure of all of this and the pressure of what's coming for him to perform during the crucifixion. So there's just like this, these multiple layers that get to me, that I can get very emotional about and feel very tender and protective about. So those types of scenes are, they come naturally.
Yeah.
So I know that the guys all had that one, but there was a special Passover that you guys had with Rabbi Jason Sobel that was kind of like a rehearsal for that, or like a real thing leading up to what you're going to be portraying on screen. Can you tell me about those particular elements there, the more intimate one, but also the one that you're portraying on screen?
Yeah, it was special. It was just great to be a part of that, because it's really rare to have a rabbi kind of tell you how tradition it would have been like, and just even discussing posture or like what hand you use and things like that to make sure we had every detail right. Was amazing, and that's just like, I've learned so much, we all learned so much, we all bonded, and when we got to film The Last Supper, it was just this, it was heavy, but it was just a beautiful moment. We were all in this room for about 2 weeks filming the sequence, and it just, it was special, and I just feel like, I want to say you had to be there to really get it, but you will be there when you watch, but I just found myself getting emotional at different parts that I wasn't expecting to be. And that's what I think translates into good storytelling, when you're moved by things that you weren't moved with on paper. And that was Paras and Matthew. So it was like really interesting to see. So I'm very excited to see that, but I'm really excited to see their scene because we're all separate and we don't know how it's like two different school of thoughts and emotions happening. So it's going to be really cool to see.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing all this unfold throughout this entire season, and you guys just do such a great job portraying Mary Magdalene and Matthew as well. So thank you guys.
Appreciate that. We just love the support and love. Thank you.